new here, who am I? Well, we'll get to all of that in a minute, but firstly, I want to talk about something very special to me and a lot of other people. This month is Pride Month. To be brutally honest, it's one of my favourite months of the year. I absolutely love Pride Month. It's amazing. And to be honest, be yourself. Be proud of who you are. Yeah, that's pretty much all I want to say. I don't really make cheap jokes about all of that on this channel. I prefer to keep it sort of respected and things like that. So, yes. Pride Month, my favourite month of the year, and yeah, one of the best months in the year as well. Anyway, moving on from that, anyone who's been a long-time viewer, you'll know that this place, well, it's actually finished now, and it is sad to see it go. And honestly, I'm going to miss it quite a bit. I will visit it every now and then, because we have got the storage system out the back. And if you're wondering what I'm talking about, again, if you're new here, you may want to watch the world tour I did, I think it was last week, of this world, essentially. It will sort of explain everything. I am also on YouTube, which is another platform that I used to do my videos on. I had some trouble with audio via streaming. I actually used to do like proper videos here and there. So that was a lot of fun at the time, but it was very time consuming, all the editing process. And for the past like couple of months, I've actually decided to switch over to streaming here on Twitch. It's been going well so far. One thing I do want to mention quickly is follow if you want to. You can undo at any time. It just shows support and appreciation, and I love that from anybody. Also, comments on YouTube or just via the chat on Twitch is amazing for anyone. Again, it's just support and I love it. But yeah, that's a little bit about me. My name is Sh4d0w. I am essentially the owner of this world. This is kind of like a vanilla survival world that I originally set about doing every block survival, which was obviously the task to collect every block and then make an extra episode via every update. And I actually started to think, you know what, I could record this. So I started the whole world again, different save file, and I went ahead and did it, and it's turned out to this, and it's been amazing so far. It's been an absolute blast, and I do really thank everyone who supported me so far. But yeah, it's just been amazing. However, you may see, again if you've been a long time viewer, but if you're not, check out the channel. It's the same name and icon and spelling as this account, same on my Instagram and TikTok as well, so you can check those out too. Yes, what was I saying? The title is slightly different. So we are now officially in Chapter 3, which is called Totality, and this is the thing I mentioned. No, I haven't mentioned this yet. I released a trailer for Chapter 3 Totality on my YouTube channel, so feel free to check it out. And it's kind of explaining what's happening here, but also not really. That's what this video is, this stream. Now, I'm predicting this stream to be about, say, an hour and a half long, because I do need to get onto some grinding and resource gathering on here, but also exam revision as well, because I have 2 more exams in the next 2 weeks, and what I think I might do is, I've had this sort of for a while, until the end of June, what I'll do is keep streaming here on Twitch, but then at the end of June I will make the decision to either go back to YouTube and start doing videos as I usually did, because I'll have a lot more time on my hands, because I've actually finished school at that point, because I'm in my last year. I'm taking a gap year as well, so I'll download the world onto a different device, take my controller with me, and I can travel the world, playing the world, maybe meet some new people, maybe invite some people on, I'm not sure. I have joined an SMP before, but it didn't really go too well. We were kind of limited with everything that we could do, but hopefully if I do get a chance to join another one, it is a bit more free. But yeah, that will be really exciting, and I cannot wait for it. There is also the chance that I continue streaming here on Twitch, or I could make the choice to do videos on YouTube, but also do grinding and resource collecting videos on Twitch, or in between ones, but like behind the scenes, which is what I used to do, so I might do that again. I might do something different. However, it's all about moving forward to Chapter 3. So Chapter 3 is called Totality because it's the idea of gathering or building everything of everything. So, like I mentioned, one of the first things I thought of in this world was to collect every block. Added to the list, I also have every farm, every advancement. I know that's been done before, but not in the way that I'm going to do it. Everybody has their own sort of unique way in which they do it, and order as well. So, every block, every farm, every advancement, every block, part 2 will include every item, and all the blocks that you can't get in survival, such as command blocks. I will do a little tutorial in a creative world, which is a copy of this one. And also there's one more which I've been hinting about for a long time, and it's probably the second one we're going to do. Now, I think I'm going to do every farm first, because I then have all these resources I can gather. I will have my trading hall fully set up as well, and the story will continue to develop in the whole entire world, and in the Nether and other places and dimensions. So, all the farms first, then use those resources to build what I've been hinting for a while. If you don't know what I'm talking about, you may want to go back and watch some of my older videos on the YouTube channel. Again, same name, same spelling, same icon. Yeah, that will just give you context. There are some other ones I want to try, but I'm not really sure about saying them yet. And I also will take any suggestions from the community as well. If there's something you want to see me do, then go ahead and say it. So I had the idea originally to, of course, go ahead and do Chapter 3 but as a challenge series. And I then had the idea, what if I did Chapter 3 as, well, challenges? But that didn't really work in my head, and I think that splitting up Totality and other challenges as well might work a bit better in the long run. So what I might do is Chapter 3 Totality, and again, any suggestions from you guys, anything that you can think that I can collect everything of, or build everything of, or destroy everything of, then obviously, yeah, do let me know. And Chapter 4, however, if I do get that far, which will probably be midway through next year or the year after, because that's usually when I start new chapters, it will be mainly other challenges, so parkour, mining out areas, things like that. And yeah, again, any challenges that you guys can think of, because everybody's mind is different. I know there's the saying, great minds think alike, but everybody thinks uniquely, which is why it would be so great to get as many audience participation in suggestions for the challenge that I do want here on the world. And like I said, at some point, hopefully, I might get people on here as well. But I'm still figuring things out. But we'll cross that bridge when it comes to it. Anyway, ooh, let's look at my lovely face there again. It's my null and void nether face. I hope you like the skin, by the way. It's very nice. Yes, this is more of an introductory video. However, I do want to make some progress today. Now, I said that I was doing every farm, and I've recently died. Yeah. Now, as you'll know, if you are a frequent viewer, I tend to die quite a lot, and that is why I have set up the ultimate, well, in my mind, the ultimate sort of trading hall. And I will actually fly over there now, but also over this way is where I plan to build all the farms, and this is a ring that I built, preempting that, and I've actually since had ideas to build extra rings, separating up sort of categories of farms, and these will be sort of plant-based ones. Yes, as you can see, I do die quite a lot. That was all new tools, so I'm really hoping that hasn't disappeared. Is there any way I can get down to there? I'm just thinking now. There is, but it is risky, but I'm going to do it anyway, because I need that stuff back, because I literally got it back about 10 minutes ago. So essentially, I die quite a lot in this world, and it's gotten to the point where I don't really care too much anymore. And a lot of people will say that, okay, it takes like a really long time to get your stuff back, and grinding away and getting other stuff. That's why a lot of people have keeping inventory on. Me, however, I have found another solution, which is to build like an ultimate trading hall. So it's basically layers of farmer and librarian and all the other villager types stacked downwards. I've got the levels of OP, sort of, I almost said OP, said it, not OP-ness, no, not that, OP-ness, making it worse. The level of OP is sort of descending downwards. I put librarians at the top because they trade enchanted books. And I think that's pretty sensible as well. And then below that we've got farmers, because melons and pumpkins is just a straight yes. Below that we're going to put fishermen, butchers, fishermen, butchers, leather workers, and the other ones, shepherds, because they all sort of revolve around animals, and I think it would fit well under farming. They are each a 9x9 square, which makes a 36 grid. And they're set up in my own sort of design with how they sort of sit. And you actually use, I think they're called activator rails. And essentially they throw the villagers into their cells through the trapdoors. It's rather clever actually. That part is nicked from someone called Silent Whisperer, but the rest of the farm is my design. Yeah. So I'm not the best with redstone, but I do know my way around most things in the game. I do tend to break rules in the game quite a lot as well. Where is my stuff? There it is. Right, this pillar is going to have to be taken down at some point. Right. Yes, though the first thing I needed to do was, of course, go ahead and get myself some XP, because I can't currently put this Silk Touch book back on this pit, which is a replica, as I keep saying, I die a lot, of the one I lost previously, because I'm an idiot. And I didn't realise that while not looking at the game, I walked myself into lava in the nether. And to be honest, I can't really be bothered to get netherite anymore, because I'm just going to die over and over again. And although they float or don't get destroyed in lava, the netherite tools, they do sometimes despawn, and that is significantly worse. So I'm just trying not to fuss too much about netherite currently. I do need to get some Silk Touch on this though. So yes, down here, if I fly down and not die, is the ultimate trading hall, which I've been setting up for a while now. It is very risky flying down here, but at some point all of this will actually be coming out, because I'm planning to mine all of this down, all the way down to where the villages are, a bit further down, and I'm actually going to blow it all out with TNT, and we're going to stick something else down there, because I think the thing that I want to stick down there will look pretty cool. This is all just scaffolding from where I lost my elytra before. So on top we have librarians. This is actually every enchanted book that you can get from said villagers. And they're all at their sort of top notch as well. So sharpness 5, efficiency 5, you've got lure 3. Mending obviously only has a 1, we've got unbreaking 3. Literally all of the top notch books except Curse of Mending, no, Curse of Binding and Curse of Vanishing. Because at the time of building this, they hadn't been added to the game where you could trade with villagers, but only like a couple days later it turned out that you could now do that. It was kind of too late to change anything, so it is without them, essentially. Below them we've got the farmers. Now, because because farmers only have 4 sort of significant first trades on the novice level or the novice level. I've put, well, obviously it's got 4 sides, but there's 9 on each side, and every 9 have a different first trade. So there's 9 with beetroot, 9 with wheat, 9 with potato, and 9 with carrots, because they are sort of the 4 main first trades you get. And then obviously all of them trade melons and pumpkins, which is sweet. And then just below that I have the fishermen along this side, and then we're going to have the butchers along there, the shepherds along here, and the leather workers along here. Just below farming, because it does tie in nicely with the theme. And also, again, they're all sort of related to farming. Underneath that, I think I'll put the sort of blacksmiths, toolsmiths, weaponsmiths, armourers, things like that. And then under that, I'll put the fletchers and the cartographers. They kind of work together. I'm just trying to, again, rate these in levels of... I'm just going to say OP-ness. I don't care. I'm just going to say OP-ness. Rate them in levels of OP-ness, going downwards, in a sort of squarish cylindrical form. Yeah, so if we pop back up to the top here, I mentioned that I need to go ahead and blow a lot of stuff up down there. And how am I going to do that without gunpowder, which I need to use Mex TNT? Now the gunpowder is a bit of a problem, because I do have a mob farm, but it doesn't produce that much gunpowder. Hence the fact why I need to build either a ghast farm in the nether, or a creeper only farm in the overworld. Now I'm going to go ahead and build that ghast farm first, because I want to get all the farms in the nether done first, before any of the others. I think it might be a bit easier to do overall, and then I'll come back to the overworld, because there is a lot more farms in the overworld, and apparently ghast farms are quite good for getting lots of gunpowder, so that's what I'm going to be using to blow this space up here, as well as probably a mining stream at some point. But yes, so if you hear some clicking and some tapping, that is the controller, because I use a headset mic, not a proper one. If I do go travelling in my gap year, I will try to get a Bluetooth mic to go with the stuff, so I don't have to plug it in, and yeah. Hopefully I do. Got a little bit of money for my birthday, and speaking of which, I am actually now 18, which means I can vote, I'm legally an adult, I can drink, unaccompanied. Yeah, but the only problem, like, it is good being 18, it just doesn't really feel any different. And I think the only problem with turning 18, although it is a big one and it is really exciting, is then there's not really as much fun anymore, because there's not risk in doing things that you couldn't do before, because you can kind of do it all now. Do you understand what I'm saying? Anyway, getting back to the world, I need to get some more XP. And I think one of the best ways to do that is, of course, trading with villagers. Now, I did mention that I do have all of those villagers down there. However, I have kind of, how do I put this? Exhausted all my resources. However, I haven't actually traded with the fisherman. So I've got a set up down the bottom, and I've got plenty of string here, so this should earn me a few levels. I do believe I only need about 17, so this should be enough. I'm also going to grab some coal, because I do remember that fishermen have two distinct first trades, like top ones, and I think they are string and coal. Yeah, I'm going to take all this over, and I don't really use coal anymore. I only kind of use lava and other things. Like I save coal for torches, really. Oh yes, one thing I've got to mention. I actually have a list of every farm that can be built Nether, End and Overworld in a little notebook here. However, this was made in the 1.17 update when I started this world. Now obviously we've had the 1.18 and 1.19 updates, which has added a couple new bits, such as the Deep Dark and the Wardens, and 1.20 is coming soon, which can add a whole lot of new stuff, so I will actually have to update this list as well, because there's a lot of new farms that need to be built. And all of these farms will at some point have portals to them, which is why we're actually going to focus on the Nether Hub in this. That's one thing I've got to mention. Totality includes Nether Hub because it's a portal to every single biome, but also a portal to every single place that I've built, essentially. So that's another part of Totality. That is what Chapter 3 is about. Anyway, also one more thing, I might be going to Pride. It depends what day it's on, I do need to look. But if I do go, I might stream it or vlog it, or I might just go for satisfaction without filming. Most likely I'll probably put a story on my Instagram. I've never actually been to Pride before, so this would be my first time. And I hope I have a lot of fun if I do go. I really hope it's not on the day of an exam. Last year we had exam on the day that both School did Pride and Pride happened in London. I may go to the Brighton one this year, not the London one. Just because it's by the sea, it's quite nice down there. And Brighton is Little London by the sea after all, so yeah. I think I might go to that one. Let's see if I do get to do it. Yeah, so coal and string. So this one should be string. Yep. I should get plenty of XP from this. Now what I've found is that if I don't stand close enough to these guys, I actually reduce the amount of XP that I get. And as you can see, once I stand close enough, the XP actually hits me. And that's because it gets caught behind the barrel or actually shoved inside the block. Due to entity glitching, I think. Yeah. Okay, so we're on 12. We need at least 17 levels, and I have plenty of strings, which go rather well. The trick is to stand like in this place here. The idea originally was to build it up to world height, 13 by 13 volumetric shape, fill it all the way through so it's not hollow, and then mine it down so I have resources for days. So the rules with this thing are that essentially anything that is mined within the walls of the cottage, these were the old rules, anything that's mined within the walls of the cottage has to go on the tower, but anything that's mined outside of the walls of the cottage I can either choose to put on there or mine at the time if I desperately need it. A lot of the time though I have been putting it on the tower and it has been growing significantly. Basically any ore from this dig here I will definitely put on the ore tower because I'm going to get a lot out of this. I also have another big dig going on at the moment, somewhere over back at the original base. I will actually go fly over now, and I will give you guys a tour. Not of the whole base, just the big dig that's going on over there. It's been going on for about a year and a half now, just because it's not massive, but I tend to do other things and then do a little bit of that every now and then, rather than doing all of it at once, because it can get quite boring very quickly. Once we get over there, I will explain it all. We do have enough levels to do this now, actually. So there is a little tunnel over here, and you can hear my voice going away and getting worse. Just give me 1 second. There we go. Still doesn't sound great. However, if we chuck ourselves over this way and down here, you will see, and I just want to make sure the mic is on and I'm not an idiot and I haven't been talking to myself this whole time, because that would be really bad. Yeah, it's on. Sometimes it's off, and I find out I've been talking to myself for an hour, and it's really annoying, but also quite weird. Yeah, as you can see, I've made some decent progress. So this used to be completely full. I've been using my Sh4d0w beacon, and this is actually where all my diamonds are. So half, or over half of this thing is based with diamonds, so that actually goes all the way through. I don't want to break it because it will disrupt the beacon, and I've got emeralds and iron down here as well. So this is where most of my resources are. I've actually got 2 more beacons set up. So there's one over at the cylinder and the trading hall, which is why you saw Sh4d0w there, and I've also got one set up at deep slate level in the deep dark biome, where I'm there and there and there and there, like 4. And then right at the end, I want to have some grand and elaborate enchanting table area, and I have actually got some artwork to prompt me on that. Now the only problem is that this connects up to my mineshaft. As you can see down here, I've been doing a lot of digging. This is from ages ago anyway. But yes, this connects up to my mineshaft, which is a bit of a problem, but I won't actually be coming back here too much, because I do actually want to start a new mining area at some point. So probably be saying goodbye to this place. And that's why I think this will work a bit better. I can't actually remember how long this thing is, but I think that's 150 by 100, or I don't know the exact measurements. I can't actually physically remember, but obviously this thing isn't central, but this is an odd number, so this does line up at points where there is a centre block and not 2 blocks in the centre, which does work rather well with a lot of my buildings and actual builds as well. Whereas when it's 2 block centre, it doesn't really work for me. I like the odd numbers. Also, one thing I do want to say is that when I do build the farms, and I will get onto this in a minute once I fix this, as we go to this now, I can talk about it while I do it. Yeah, so when it comes to farms, I have been thinking, and this is advice from other people, and I've learnt this as well, it's better to build the farm first and then build the structure up around it, because it's the worst thing in the world just trying to build a farm in a space that you've built already and finding out it's too small, or it's too big, or it's too wide, or if it's 1 block off, and it's really piss annoying. I do try not to swear on this channel. You may have heard an F in the stream before, the little short bit I did, because I couldn't get the intro right. Piss I don't technically count as a swear word, and bloody also is not a swear word, but a lot of people say it is. So, yeah. I don't know what I was talking about now. Farms. Yes. So I want to build the farms first, build the structure around it, but also within the farm, I would like to colour code them with colours that match the building as well, because I think a lot of red... Well, I've got this advice from someone else recently, not a friend of mine, it's just someone I watched, and they are right. It's better to build with a colour scheme in the actual redstone bit, rather than showing a lot of like redstone and glass and all see-throughness. Some people like that bit because of the functionality and the technicality of the whole piece. I personally do agree with the other person though, who, well, has the opinion that the farm or the redstone piece should be colour-coded. It just gives it a bit more pop and it makes it look a bit more interesting and presentable. So I'm going to try do that with the farms. I'm actually going to try fit the colours to the respective biomes. So the nether in the Soul Sand Valley will be blue and white and sort of brown colours. That is actually where the ghast farm is going to be. You need Soul Sand Valleys for that. Oh, I only need 11. Right, these are now fixed up. I'll pop my emeralds in this chest here. And as I said earlier, some of my emeralds are in a lot of beacons. So the one I have down there, that is a mix, but all the other ones that I have, so the two others that I have, I actually have about 5 beacon blocks, but the other beacons with haste 2 that are set up are fully emerald, so that's actually where all my emeralds are, if you were wondering. No, I actually have another one. Or do I? No, I took it down, didn't I? Yeah, I did take it down. I did take it down, yep. So I actually have 6 beacon blocks, because I took one, yeah. That makes more sense. Right, if we go chuck all of this back in the right place, cobble was round there. For anyone that doesn't understand this, I will explain it very quickly. Essentially, blocks I'm going to have more of, or items that I'm going to have more of, have got their own sort of prime chest, or primary chest. Whereas things that I'm going to have less of are sort of subcategories to those. So I'll give you an example. Eggs, as you can see, I've got quite a lot. We have got the blaze rods and the magma cream together because I'm going to have less of them, but because they sort of come from both fiery mobs, I thought I might put them together. Another example is bones, yes, bone meal, yes, bone blocks, and then also we've got bows and arrows up here because they all come from a skeleton. So that's kind of how this whole sort of storage system works. And now that I have my tools fixed, we can actually pop over to the nether once again. I can find that shovel. There we go. This hasn't actually got mending on it, so it's disposable. But yeah, if we head back over to nether, hopefully I don't die this time. Actually, what did I have last time? I had blocks with me. If you just give me a second, I will just grab some blocks and actually some more rockets as well. There. No, they're not. Ooh, what's that? Yeah, Swiftnik. I do not need that. I don't know why that's there actually. Shouldn't be there. I don't have an enchanted book section. That's probably why that's there. I'm going to grab all the rest of the rockets that I have instead of just a few. And I'm going to grab some blocks as well, just in case my elytra do fall out of durability. But yes, essentially, going to head over to Nether, and I'll probably log off there. I don't know how long I've been going for, because I haven't been monitoring the stream properly. I have been able to see chat, so yeah. I just put on losing my voice. This is not great. Oh, I have 8 followers now. Yay! I've got a new one. So, yes, thank you, can I see who has followed me? How do I see who has followed me? Thank you, Navex sh4d0wCraft_xd for following. I have a goal of 50. Not for any particular reason, but a goal of 50 on here would be great. On YouTube, it's 100. That is followers and subscribers. If I just jump onto here, how long are we going for? We've actually only been going for about 40 minutes. Doesn't seem like that. It's felt a lot longer than that. But yeah, we'll pop over to Nether then. As I said, this is a bit more of an introductory video, and therefore it will be a bit shorter. I did just kind of want to say what... Chapter 3 totality was going to be, and kind of the basis around the whole thing, and when I came up with it and stuff like that. Is this the right way? Yes, this is the right way. But yeah, that's kind of everything. We pop over, you'll see the area I've been working on. Now it is a soul sand valley, which is where I need to build this ghast farm, and also one thing I do need to mention. Any farms I'm not particularly keen on building or don't know how to build, I will most likely find a tutorial on how to build it. A, because I don't know how to build it, or mechanics have changed or something like that. So my most likely source will be Mr. Silent Whisperer himself, which I said I used for another farm. No, the rail and excavation, I didn't know that worked before. And a couple other people. And what I tend to do, what I don't see other people doing, is putting signs on the, or some sort of indication that is the other person's. Either in the video or just permanently there via sign. Just to show that where I've got it from, and I will try to do that with all my farms and all my builds, that I do have some reference or use a tutorial for to build. Where's the gravel here? I went up earlier, didn't I? Wait, no. Why is there gravel there? That doesn't make sense. I went up here earlier. Have I gone on the wrong world? No, I have to go further back. Yes. That's right, isn't it? There should be... Yeah, it's here. Nope. I don't know what's going on. How did I get up before then? Because there should be cobble... It's further. Should be cobble somewhere indicating where I've gone up before. I didn't want to pull... That's what this cobble is. Yep. I am an idiot. Right at the start, so I basically just need to follow this back up. It might be a bit awkward to go back up here, because I didn't really want lava to fall on my head, which is why this is very cramped and very tight and very unorganised as well. To be honest, I was quite close to lava, so I'm just going to be trying. Be careful. It's 31. Now it's 32. Okay. And then we've just got to dig this way a bit. There we go. Should be another... Where the hell up? This is not where I ended up before. Oh, there I am. There I am. Over there. I should make a platform over here. How the hell am I if I didn't even go in the lava? What the hell? That was not... Oh, is it because it's soul sand and it's not a full... Yeah, it's because it's soul sand and it's not a full block. I need to be more careful. Right, essentially what I'm going to do is mine this area out so I know my bearings. Right, that's all good. Crouch on this, because otherwise I will burn. And I'm going to make my way over this, over to this area. I should be over there. Wait, where the heck am I? This is not where I want to be. I don't understand where I am, because this is not where I was before. I've gone the wrong way, haven't I? Seems that I have, yes. I'm going to build a platform out and try and find exactly where I am. It's not falling, would be awful. That's what I did before. Let's do this. There we go. Right, so we're out. So this is around the back. Why am I around here? Just gonna get over this bit. Yep. I am a bit confused currently. I need to get out of here. Wait, where's... So minus 406. That way. No, it is this way. Yeah. Why am I here then? That doesn't make any sense to me, because I came out way further... Oh, here we go. I came out way further across before, so I don't know how the heck I've got one over here. I came out over here before. I don't know how I got over there. Right, if we can just find where I was... Found it. So I was digging out this platform here because it kind of is in the way of where the farm needs to be. The entrance that I found before, I do believe, is over where the bastion, not the bastion, the thing used to be. It is over there somewhere. The entrance I used before. I'll find it when it comes to it. Actually, there should be a basalt platform without a pillar. I know that I'm close when I found that. But yeah, this is essentially what I've been digging off. Anything from... Essentially, this point onwards, I need to take off of this cliff face. Otherwise, it is going to seriously interfere with the farm. Did I... I didn't come out from over there, did I? No, I didn't. No, because I had to fly over. Okay, but I think I'm going to end it here, because it would be embarrassing to die on stream as well. I will have my wits about me this time. I will try not to die in the lava by not looking at the screen and then walking into it. I'm going to crouch down just for safety. I really hope you have enjoyed this little introductory video of Chapter 3, which is Totality. Again, follow if you want to. Again, you can do it undo at any time. It would show a great amount of support and appreciation, and I love that from everybody. Any comments or just chats, again, appreciation is amazing. My name is the same on YouTube, TikTok and Instagram, all the same spelling and all the same icon as this account, so you can find me there rather easily. And on YouTube, please do subscribe as well. Again, if you want to, you can undo at any time, but again, the support from anyone is amazing. And when it comes to it, obviously, I will be releasing episode 1 of said Chapter 3, so watch out for that. These streams on Twitch, now the unfortunate thing is that these only stay up for 2 weeks, which means that you have to get in and watch them while you can. I do put posts on Instagram